In the beginning, when you're learning to play the guitar, it's really important that you understand what it is that produces the sound on the guitar. Because what happens exactly is that you press with your finger, whatever finger it is, you press the string, the guitar string down. And this is called the fret. You can see this metal thing here. But what produces the sound exactly is when you press down the string. You can see when you press down the string and I play the note, I hit the string in the other hand right here. When that happens and when I press down the string and I hit the note, I hit the string, a sound is produced. And the interesting thing is that the fret that you have here, the metal thing here, is what decides what note is played. So if I position my finger here, you can hear that it's another note being played. And that fret right here establishes which note is being played. And why is this important? Well, I'll tell you so. The reason this is extremely important is that when you are learning to play chords, which are what most guitar players are learning to play at first, unless you are playing only exclusively classical style guitar, where you play more classical music. The thing is that a lot of people, including myself when I started, is that you use a lot of force to press down the fingers on the chords. So for example, if I'm supposed to press these fingers, these 3 fingers down, or even 4 fingers down to play a chord, in many cases we haven't yet developed enough control of the hand. So in many cases we use a lot of force in fingers that we don't need to use force in. So for example, we need to use just a little bit of force in this finger, this and this. But in many cases people end up using a lot of force on the thumb, which is positioned in the back of the guitar. And the problem is then that people get tired and they can't practice for very long, and some people even give up, unfortunately. So once you have an idea of how much it actually takes to press down the string, so what I want you to do is just to experiment with playing a chord, but don't press all the fingers down. Just press each individual finger down, taking turn, and just get an idea on how much force that actually takes. You can see I press the deep one down here, the one that I jiggle here, and then the ring finger, I jiggle that, and I just press just enough force to be able to produce the sound that I want. And now the little finger, and now the long finger. Oh, there it was. And you will get an idea how much force it actually takes. And once you do get that idea, you will you become much more. How can I explain this? You become much more sufficient. You use just enough force on each finger. Once you become able to do that, to use just enough force on each finger to be able to press down the right amount of force to be able to produce the sound, you are able to practice for much longer. And this is a very basic knowledge in learning to play the guitar. And I want you to spend whatever song that you choose to work on, and spend a little time on just experimenting how much force, and try to get a feel of your hand, how much force you're using in each individual finger. Because I experienced that a lot of people are pressing, really using a lot of force on the thumb, and the thumb is only what can I say? The only job for the thumb is pretty much to give a little more control of the hand. It's not, you should not be using a lot of force on the thumb. It should just have a little contact with the back of the neck.